Alright, this is just a quick training video in case you come in and you try and start up your lanes. And notice I got a set of lanes across here, the first top 8 that are not responsive. You got the red bars on them. It's because our scores run in banks of 8, so we've got 3 scoring computers in the back. We've got 1 set here, 2 and 3. To try and set it up, see if you can start it up, first step you want to do is highlight your lanes that are out, and get my hand out of here. Go to our lane control down at the bottom. This might not be very clear to see, but the lane control button now, and there's a score power right here. Not very clear on this camera, I'm sure. You would select, I'm going to move a mouse up. I'm selecting lanes 1 through 8 up here at the top, and then you'd want to go ahead and reboot that. If we're taking it as if it's not going to work, I don't want to reboot it and bring it right back up, so I'm going to take you back to the next section. That's if this doesn't work. Once you hit the reboot, which is located down here, if that doesn't bring your system up, then you need to go to the back. I purposely shut it off in the back just so we could see how to do this. I'm going to take you back there right now. Alright, so now we're walking up to the scoring computer. It's in the back here. If you had a power surge or power outages and your power is just out, you know that's a main sign right there. You do have a battery backup on the top here. You'd want to check to see if your battery backup is operational. And we have got see the green light, that means we've got power to it. If your battery backup isn't working and your power is on, double check that you're getting power to that outlet. Use a voltage meter or whatever you need to check it. Double check that the battery backup itself isn't faulty in some way, shape, or form. If your power does go out, the battery backup is just to keep the computers from taking a strong surge power loss. So what I'd recommend, if your power goes out and it's going to be out for a while, shut down your scores the way you should through the computer properly. Once they are shut down, power down your battery backups using you'd hold the power button and cut off the power to it. I'll go ahead and do that on this one. Because if you just unplug it, it will just start and it'll run off of it'll actually run off of the battery itself. Just a couple seconds should cut it out. There. So now it's powered off. You're not running anything off of the battery. You don't want to drain that battery and then you got to go purchase a new one. So the battery backups are just so you can properly power down your computers, your scores. So up front, your actual computer that you work off of, as well as the ones in the back. So if you know your power's not going to come on for a while, or it doesn't, you can't bowl on the machines anyway, because there's no battery backup for these machines to keep bowling when the lights are out. So I just properly power down your computers, shut them down, save your battery backups. When the power comes back on and you have power, just come over, power up your battery backup. It'll run its test, it'll get online, you'll still have a good battery in it. And then you need to come over on the back side of your score computer. Open this up. There are 2 latches up top here. There's one, and I got one over here. Pop in the latches. Some are different. Some aren't like that. You just open them up. You lift up a little bit, and they open up. Alright, so we've got the computer up in here, the motherboard, and your Video 3 cards. I'm going to try and be quiet, so you'll see right here there's a little black on-off button. Sometimes you'll have some wires ran in this area. I've seen them on different scoring computers. But that's how you power it up. This button on-off right on the what would be the left side from this position. I'm going to be quiet, and hopefully you can hear the beep when you turn it on. There was the beep. All I did was press the on-off button one time. The cooling fan on the thermal heat sink started to activate, and as well up top here. Another thing you could check, if you don't get power through your on-off button, you may have an issue with your power supply up top here. You might have to put in a new power supply, make sure it's on, make sure it's plugged in properly. Those are not too hard to replace as well. And that should be everything to get you up on your scores.